How to create a market for your product. You may have a product and you're like, I need to create a market for it. So there's two options. The first is to take the statistically proven 10-year grueling journey to create a market, or just take the shortcut that I'm about to teach you inside this video. Let's dive in. Once upon a time, little Timmy wanted to start a product. So he went and he created a product and he put it out there, and then he asked himself, gee whiz, who should I sell to? And then he failed in a blazing fireball because he thought that entrepreneurship was about luck. Okay, and he's like, who should I sell to? And just exploded and failed. I used to think the same thing, that entrepreneurship was about luck. And I have my product, now who should I sell it to, is the biggest trap of brand new entrepreneurs. So I'm going to teach you in here 3 quick ways to make sure that you actually have a place to sell to. You have a group that you can go sell to once your product is done. All right, step number 1, repeat after me, because this is rule number 1. You do not create a market for your product. That is the kiss of death. All right, that's the kiss of death in all entrepreneurship. You don't create a market for your product. The wrong order. Everything has to do with order. And I used to do the same thing. I did it out of order. I went through 34 product tries over 5 years. One of the core most reasons that they all failed was because I did it in the order of little Timmy, right? I created the product and I said, who should I sell it to? If you're asking that question after the product is already done, you're probably not going to win. All right, you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water. That is such a secondary, small question to ask. What you really should ask first is, where is the market that I would like to sell into? Right? This is a big, big mindset shift, and it is, again, one of the major reasons why people fail so much. So once I figured out this whole thing, I went through 46 successes, and we did 10 million in about 3 years. And it was one of the most key pieces. I remember when I first began this game, again, I started... Guys, it was so frustrating, and you might be frustrated as well. You're like, I have a product, right? If you're watching this right now, I have a product. I started creating the product, and I put the product together and I put it out there. And I remember I was in college. One of the first big products I ever created was actually when I was in college, and it took me 8 months to build it. I was in college full time. I was in the Army. I was kids, right? It was busy, right? It's busy. And so I was spending from midnight to about 2 or 3 a.m. every day building my own product. I did that for 8 months. And at the end of the 8 months, I was like so excited. I was like doing the math on the back of the napkin, right? If 1% buys and 1% of the 1% buys the upsell, what island will I buy? You know what I mean? I was like running the math in my head, like, I only need this. And we've all done it. We've all done it. What happened in reality, though, was that I went and I created the product. A super good product. Super good product. And the offer was awesome. But I didn't find my market and how to create a market for the product that I have. Wrong order. Completely wrong order. And so I failed. Just like little Timmy, I exploded in a big ball of fire. Right? And I was like, man, this entrepreneurship game, like some people just get lucky. It has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with the order that you answer the questions in. And it took me a long time to realize that. Funny enough, one of those early info products that I created, I went back and I rinsed it back up and I fixed it and I went backwards and I relaunched it several times, but I asked the questions in a different order, and it was my second $1 million product. Okay, so it has to do with the order of the questions that you're asking. That's why I get so huffy puffy about this. It's not, how do I create a market for the product that I have? You already did. And the reason is because you're not the one buying it. And so where did you get all the data for how to build that product? From your own head. Okay, now don't do this, but I did this, my ex-wife and I, when we were going and I have 3 beautiful little girls. Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. I'm a proud daddy. And our first little one was on the way. And I remember my ex-wife and I, we were in the hospital. She had to be induced, and we were sitting there. Nothing was happening yet, okay? Nothing was happening yet. However, I was texting Noah Keegan. If you don't know Noah Keegan, he is an influencer, and he had this thing. This is 9 years ago. And he had this thing, about 8 years ago, sorry. He had this thing where you could text him before you bought his product. And so I did what probably a lot of you are doing or have done. And I said, Noah, I went and I've done all this stuff. I'm so excited. I made this thing. There's a problem and I've solved the problem and it's an amazing product and I put it out there. And do you think that I should, actually I hadn't built it yet, but I was asking him, I said, do you think I should build a product now? Yeah, I said, do you think this is a good idea? And he goes, I don't know. I said, well, wait a second. I don't think you get this. I've done focus groups, man. I'm going in, I've done all this stuff. And he's like, I said, do you think this is a good product idea? Do you think I should go out? Do you think I should actually pursue this thing? And he goes, I don't know. And I was getting frustrated. Nothing was happening. We were in the hospital. Okay, nothing was going on. We had to wait a long time. And I was sitting there and I texted him, do you think I should do it? And he goes, dude, I don't know. He said, I let people vote with their wallets, not their mouths. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. I had asked, right? I had gotten past the thing where I realized I'm not the one buying it. But I had also made the mistake of letting people say with their mouth, not their wallet, yeah, I'll buy that. This is a key piece. This is one of the biggest reasons, again, a lot of entrepreneurs fail out of the gate. It's because they first answered their own problems. And second of all, they did not try to actually sell the idea. Actually try to sell and collect money from the idea. There's so many entrepreneurs, successful ones, that talk about that this is how they do it. They'll actually collect real cash. Or they'll figure out ways to, right? And there's rules, there's laws on ways to do this. I'm not your legal guy, okay? But the concept being, try to actually sell the thing. Try to actually sell it. And if no one opens up their wallet, don't go waste your time making the product. So a lot of the more successful entrepreneurs out there, we figure out the idea of the offer and the product, but then we go straight to sales message and we begin trying to sell or at least drum up those who open their wallets, right? And then, oh, you're ready? You ready? You want to buy? You do? Cool. Comes out in 2 weeks. I'll be right back. And we go make it, okay? Super common on successful entrepreneurship, caveated by those who actually have a lot of failure. All right, guys, before finally answering the entire prompt of this entire video, hey guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the bell. I also like to know down below, what is like the biggest crash and burn product you've ever put out there? I'm sure that we all have a whole bunch of them. Entrepreneurs make a lot of products and a lot of offers. I have burnt on so many of them. What's your craziest one down below? Also, share this video. There are so many people who have this question. This is a common new entrepreneur question, but it is very much the wrong order, right? So please share. We'd love to actually help others as well. All right, so rule number one, remember, you don't create a market. You got to figure that out before you even start building the product. Second of all, listen to the dream customer. They're the ones that are actually figuring that out. The third thing, I can count. The third thing is, let's actually talk about how you do the actual thing I'm talking about now, okay? How do you create, or how do you find a marketplace to go sell to? Again, solve that before you even start building the product. But let's say that you did. And let's say you're like, Steve, I'm good. I'm ready to rock. Here we are. How do you actually go do that? Let me just ask a quick question here. How many of you like Black Friday? Thanksgiving's come, the very next day there's, right, or I know in Canada it's called Unboxing Day, right, or Boxing Day. Steep, crazy discounts, right? Huge, big, massive discounts. How many of you guys love Black Friday? I will say that I hate Black Friday. I want no part of it at all. It drives me crazy. I cringe every time. I'm like, you want to go do Black Friday? No, right? Would rather rub some salt in some wounds. I hate it. I can't stand that amount of crowd. That drives me nuts. I'm way more of an introvert than you probably think. And so, no, absolutely not. There's a point to that, though. Some of you watching this right now, you do like Black Friday. That's great. Wait a second. So does that mean they shouldn't do Black Friday just because I don't like it? No. Guys, I want to touch on a really powerful principle right here that will really help you in your product creation opportunities. And it's this. Think about your dream customer and they're going to a marketplace to buy and sell. All right? Some of them like to buy through Black Friday. Or let me change it. Some of them like to consume the sales message through Black Friday. Some of them like to consume the sales message through email. How many of you guys bought something through email? Some of them like to consume their sales message through phones. Same message, just using a phone. Some of them like to use their sales message through content like this. Right? How many of you guys have bought from one of my videos? A lot of you have. Okay. Some of you guys like to consume sales message through. What you're really doing after you have a product that's done is you're looking at the marketplace and you're asking all the people that go here, all right, how do they like to consume sales message? How do they like to consume and be pitched to? That's the big question. And then you figure out what the top 2 or 3 ways are and then just do the same, right? Just do the exact same. I will not buy through Black Friday, but man, I buy through Instagram influencers. Personally, I buy through, sometimes I buy through webinars. Sometimes I buy through phone, but I typically buy through emails the most. And all of them are correct. All of them are correct. And so what you're going to do is you're going to look at the marketplace and ask, what are all the ways that my dream customer is already saying, this is where I pull my wallet out. This is how I pull my wallet out for that. And I pull it, but I don't like to pull it out for that. That's fine. right? And I rank them out and I'm like, cool, those are the top 3 ways we're going to attract and approach and pitch my dream customer the product that is already done. Does that make sense? This shortcuts a lot of the questions about how should I approach them? How should I sell to them? So if your customer's not on freaking Clubhouse, don't go to Clubhouse. It's a waste of your time. If they're not doing this or that, not doing phones, if they're not doing, then don't do those things. All right? You actually get easier sales by approaching the dream customer in the ways they already open their wallet for. I got a free gift here for you. Do not click off this video yet. Go to internetlaunchsecrets.com. The link is in the description and in the first comment. And what you're going to get from that is you'll see how I solve exactly the things I was talking about in this video, okay? So if you're like, oh, that was a lot, Stephen, but oh my gosh, like what you're going to see is 3 case studies of me doing exactly what you just learned in this video. And they're the ones that made the most money for us over the last 3 years. We just keep repeating them, okay? So if you want to see very lucrative campaign strategies on the internet in action, case studies just from us, go to internetlaunchsecrets.com. We'll see you there.